guys, welcome back to the show. I hope you liked the last episode on Ektar. That is definitely becoming my favorite film stock. So I didn't necessarily set myself up to win, being that it looks like Potsdam is geared more towards It looks like Potsdam is more geared towards urban shooting. So I took this in an environment with a lot of foliage, and I suppose you could do that too. But it was very flat, and the lighting was really flat in what I was shooting too. And I always want to, I hate to not utilize my day and say, oh, well, I can't shoot photos. If I had light that was shining on maybe some of the background a little bit more, it would have gave it more 3D pop. But unfortunately, it was overcast, and the light that I did have was kind of off to the side. So the other location was more of an urban setting, and it did play better to that. The only problem was I opened up my film back in between that roll, which totally screwed up a bunch of the images. I'll still share the images with you so you can see, but I think at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to HP5, but I'll let you be the judge, because maybe this is more of what you want. I mean, Potsdam is a 100 speed film that has fine grain, but I don't know if it's as fine as you might expect. Well, I mean, this is a color negative, but like Cine Still 50D, or I believe that company is ADOX. They have a couple film stocks that are super fine grain. To be quite honest, I was apprehensive about doing it because I didn't like the results, but I think being honest and showing my work along the way is part of the fun. And over the last month or two, getting back into shooting, I've really learned a lot again, and I feel like I'm starting to get into the groove. And photographers understand once you start trusting your gear, because that was part of the issue. I took this long break, and then I couldn't, it was hard for me to trust the battery on my light meter, and just making sure that I'm gonna get what I'm seeing. So let's go over to where should we start? Why don't we just start at Abram Falls?
We're gonna get our 2 punches for free drink. Awesome. Oh, good morning.
Falls in Cades Cove, and this is our first hiking trip back. There is already been one bear sighting, so we haven't died yet. No bear attacks, but it's still early. Hike isn't too bad. Now, I was going to take a bunch of photos, but I feel like I just don't enjoy it as much if I do that along the way. I think it's better if I just wait till we get to the Abram Falls and take pictures there, and then take pictures on the way back. And anyways, the light hasn't been all that spectacular regardless. So, considering film photography requires me dipping into my son's college education, it's so expensive. And look, we got these little bridges here. Aren't those cool? And they bounce too. So let's see, I'll try to take you across. This might be some good content if I fall over. Well, guess it's just gonna have to be a regular old video. Survived. Oh, this is pretty. If I had to guess, we're probably halfway there, at least. But there was people coming back this way, so usually that's a sign that we're close. But I will be back when we get there. So we made it. There's Abrams Falls right there. The light is not all that spectacular. Really, the only fun light that we have is that light right there. You can see that it's kind of just flat over here. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to attempt is just do some maybe longer exposure shots. Let's see if I can get this set up so I can show you my shot. Thereabouts. I'm gonna get one with my wife in the shot and one out, and we'll see what she looks like. All right, stay tuned. Something.
Yeah.
I was thinking threes, like one would be a good set of 3 pictures, or maybe 4s, you know what I mean, like to capture the scene.
Yeah.
Well, that was all of the images that I captured so far on one roll, and I believe I got some good shots. You never know. It wasn't really long exposure. I guess some of it was. It's 2 seconds long exposure, and I didn't use the shutter cable, which in hindsight I probably should have for the last couple shots that were around 2 seconds. I guess it's not the end of the world. It's pretty steady and is on tripod. So, but definitely some inspiring landscape here. That waterfall is beautiful, especially when you're up close to it. And you'll see what I mean. I'm excited. I've never used Potsdam, so we'll see how that works out. I have to buy some film developer, some black and white film developer, and just gives me another reason, right, honey? Gotta buy more stuff.
Yep.
I'm here in Sweetwater, Tennessee, and gonna snap some photos. Got my last roll of Potsdam here, and see if I'll not get run over by a car. Let's see, we're supposed to get the right of way. Thank you, sir. I developed the first roll and still only got 11 exposures out of it. So that was interesting. This one I sure hope I wound it up to right where it said start. So theoretically I should still get 12 exposures. I don't know what it is about this Lomography Potsdam So wish me luck. But anyways, Sweetwater's really cool. Lots of history here. Old buildings. I don't know if you can see some of these old buildings up there. We also got cool gazebo, this old train here. So I'm just gonna grab some shots of this old historic town, and let's see what this last roll of I can get out of Potsdam. So which one is my favorite out of all of them? I would have to say it's this waterfall one. There's just so many things that I think I could have done better with this image, but I feel like it really captures how powerful Abram Falls is. While it's a small waterfall, it's known to have taken many lives, and the amount of water that is dispensed in this one location is very powerful, and it will trap you down there. Not to get morbid, but you really can see like the weight of it, if that makes sense. But I really like this one. This one shows motion. I wish I exposed the waves, not the waves. I wish I exposed the waterfall in this section right here better. But I think that was not to cop out or anything like that. But I think that has to do with having an old battery inside the light meter. I'm pretty sure that battery that I had in there was from the original owner, which, I mean, we're going back a few years at this point. I'm not sure how long they last, but I do remember when I put a new battery in there that I felt like it was reading a stop higher. So, but that doesn't really help the fact that this is a very hard scene to meter for, in my opinion. It could be just my inexperience. If I went back, I would probably spend a little bit more time there. I'd probably use HP5 just because I like the grain pattern on the HP5. But this was, I believe, my second roll shooting coming back from my hibernation as a photographer, so give myself a little lenience. And then the Sweetwater one, I believe, was my third one. So this is it feels like a new experience for me all over again. But I am feeling more confident with my equipment, and I really hope you stick around and like, share, and subscribe, guys. I am almost at 50 subscribers, and I saw on my analytics that something like 80% of you guys that are watching this aren't subscribed, and you are return viewers too. So it's not like you're, coming and going. You guys are watching my videos, all my videos. So if you can, subscribe, help support the channel. But as always, thank you for everything. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.